Earlier this month, in the Indian city of Chandigarh, a house auction raised many eyebrows. The Chandigarh Housing Board was selling 26 residential properties, mostly consisting of just 2 rooms, a hall, kitchen and bathroom. What was surprising was that 2 of the 7 flats that were sold fetched more than a whopping 2 crore rupees. According to the government scheme, these flats were supposed to go to middle-income families. In a country where the per capita income is still just 2.12 lakh rupees, a supposed affordable home being sold for crores certainly raises questions. This incident has highlighted some key issues that the Indian real estate sector faces today. There has been a sharp rise in the prices of homes across Indian cities, even as the country has seen a consistent decline in the construction and sale of affordable homes. According to real estate consultancy Anarock, since the COVID-19 pandemic, the number of affordable homes being built in India has sharply declined. The agency considers homes worth less than 40 lakh rupees affordable for middle and lower middle class families. Just look at the data from the top 7 cities of India. In 2019, of the total 236,000 homes that were built, 40% were valued at 40 lakh rupees or less. But this share continued to decline in the next 4 years, and in 2023, it stood at just 18%. Last year, property developers built a total of 445,000 homes across the top 7 cities of India, including Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Pune and others. But just about 80,000 of these were in the under 40 lakh rupees category. Anarock's data shows that of all the homes that were sold in the 7 Indian cities last year, just 19% were in the affordable category, meaning they cost buyers less than 40 lakh rupees. In the past 4 years, we have been seeing similar trends. While there has been a marginal increase in the sale of affordable homes, it remains far below the pre-pandemic level. Experts blame this on the sharp rise in property prices. Let's look at this data from Knight Frank India. Since 2019, property prices in the top 3 Indian cities have surged in double digits. In Hyderabad, average housing costs rose by about 26%. Meanwhile, in Bangalore and Mumbai, prices jumped by 24% and 13% respectively. In Delhi, Chennai and Kolkata, property prices increased by 9%. And this was seen not just in top-tier cities, but even in smaller cities, particularly the ones that are seeing industrial growth and have experienced rapid price increases after the pandemic. Just look at this map. It shows how average housing prices have changed across 20 Indian cities in the last 4 years. A report by the Gurugram-based market research firm Prop Equity shows that among the cities that have seen prices surge by as much as 90% are Agra and Ludhiana. Housing prices in cities like Indore, Chandigarh and Dehradun have surged over 70%. Meanwhile, cities like Thiruvananthapuram, Bhopal, Nagpur and Gandhinagar have also witnessed at least a 50% price surge. Experts say the rise in property prices is due to the high demand for new homes in smaller cities.
The housing market in India has come out very strongly after the pandemic experience, and the pandemic experience in its background has a history of a down cycle beginning 2013-14 right until 2020, where both volumes were lackluster and the property prices also trended marginally lower during this period.
From 2020 to 2024, there has been a sharp increase of 48 to 60% price rise, which is a lot for 4 years. But if you were to look at it from 2013 to 2019, the 6-year period, the price rise was only 2%. Whilst the income levels continue to go up, inflation continued to remain high, but for that interim period of 2013 to 2019, over the 6-year period, every year the price rise on an average was only 2%. So what has happened is that from 2020 to 2024, not only that the demand went up, but the ability of the buyer to pay a higher price for that apartment also went up.
Post-pandemic, India and the rest of the world saw an upsurge in demand in real estate. Now people increasingly want to buy their own homes. This has resulted in an all-time high in housing registrations last year. However, this surge was led by a different segment of the market.
Now, coming out of the pandemic since 2020, we've seen housing demand growing across the country, and not just the country, it has been a global phenomena. Now, also this growth in housing sales, development activity and prices was not limited to one particular segment, but all of the segments starting from affordable to mid and premium segment contributed to the up move from 2020 to 2022-23. Later on is where we started to see divergence in some of the segments, particularly the affordable housing segment.
Surprisingly, while the demand for homes under 40 lakh rupees was going down, there was a sharp surge in the sale of premium, ultra-premium and luxury homes. Just look at the housing sales data from the top 7 Indian cities. In the first quarter of this year, of the 130,000 units sold, just over 20% were priced under 40 lakh rupees. About 59% were priced between 40 lakh rupees and 1.5 crore rupees. Meanwhile, around 20% of homes sold between January and March 2024 in the 7 biggest Indian cities were worth over 1.5 crore rupees. Experts say that the Indian middle class wants to buy affordable homes, but they are sitting on the fence in a wait-and-watch mode. They point to the severe impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on India's lower middle class. High inflation has marred their purchase capacity, and on top of that, price surges have also made home purchases difficult. Meanwhile, there is a part of Indian society that has been driving overall demand for homes. So the question is the middle class being driven out of the Indian property market?
So clearly we are starting to see that the growth in the residential sales is largely coming from premium, luxury, ultra luxury, even from the mid-level. Where the growth is not coming in as a percentage. On the numbers, affordable housing is growing, but perhaps not as fast as luxury and ultra luxury. And that's why you see the data and it shows a lower percentage of affordable through the sales.
Additionally, high borrowing costs have also impacted the affordable housing segment. As the Reserve Bank of India has raised interest rates to combat post-pandemic inflation, interest rates at which developers used to take out loans for building projects have risen sharply.
The developers making a lot more profit margins on luxury and ultra luxury, and hence focusing on that with the land prices having gone up, the math for affordable housing not stacking as well as what it used to before COVID.
So as property developers avoid building low-cost housing and people with higher resources get the first chance to buy available homes in the market, the Indian middle-class buyers find themselves in a difficult situation. It seems that even though the Indian real estate sector is booming, a large section of aspiring homeowners is being left out.